Have you ever heard of affluenza?
No.
It's something that started happening in the 2000s in San Francisco when the tech boom happened.
Mm-hmm.
What happened is like there'd be a lot of kids in the families of like 300, billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
And they ended up like, a lot of them ended up like killing themselves because the theory is that when you're born into that extreme amount of wealth,
Mm-hmm.
like life's all about challenge. Life
Mm-hmm.
has always been about challenge, taking us back to the cave days,
Mm-hmm.
living in the cave, hunting. But when you know that whatever you attack, there's always going to be a fail-safe. There's absolutely nothing that can really financially go wrong because you can blow $1 million starting this business. It doesn't matter because your dad's going to, that you're getting that check at the end of the day, or you're going to get the trust fund or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then the challenge of life goes to zip. And that's why a lot of them get into drugs. And when you get into drugs and then there's no challenge, they term that affluenza. And that's something that I've always worried about with my kids is like, and this is the question I want to ask you is how are you you said you don't want to leave your sons with anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, but while you are still alive, how are you going to give that balance to your kids to say like, so they don't turn out in a way where they're say cocky for achievement, because that's the worst.
I'll smack them.
Being cocky for the achievements of their parents.
Bro, I have no issue saying I will hit my son.
Oh man,
my daughter never. I'll beat the shit out of my kid.
Yeah,
or I'll get someone to do it.
Yeah,
like, bro. If my kid ever tries to use my accomplishment, also by the way, look, I grew up with a Russian mother. Like my mom used to beat the living shit out of me growing up.
Yeah,
right. And like, but that's normal,
right.
Like I remember it was my birthday. We were in Dubai. It was like a bunch of friends. And I made the joke about like my mom. I was like, Mom, like, I forget how I came to conversation. I'm like, Mom, why did you used to beat the shit out of me growing up? She's like, because you deserved it. So like, bear in mind, when I say this stuff, like, I was raised Eastern European. It's in my blood. I will raise my kids with traditional values, right? It's like, my daughter I will never lay a hand on. My son, I will never lay a hand on, but if he tries to do something like that, like, he's getting his fucking ass whooped.
Mm-hmm.
The most disgusting thing on earth is seeing wealthy kids who have a sense of entitlement from something that they never accomplished themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Well, first of all, yeah, he'll be raised better. He'll be raised better. He'll be raised in a very good way. And then the other thing is I will never normalize stuff. He will never fly, even though I'll be flying private.
Yeah,
right?
you'll put him on Southwest Academy
on
the way there. I'll meet you there.
Maybe once a year I'll let him fly private, so he just knows what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
If it's really in a pinch, and let's say we're doing one specific route where it's like it would literally be more hassle for my assistant to get him a separate flight that's economy than just join me in the jet. Fine, but as a whole, I don't want to get him normalized to that lifestyle, because that's the other thing. I've even told like some of the people I grew up with, I'm like, look, the issue is just for you to maintain your lifestyle, you need to make $500,000 a year just to maintain what you're used to. South of France in the summer, business class flights, but that's the minimum just to sustain your lifestyle. And I'm like, you need to understand, you just got your MBA and you want to go work for whatever company, you're not going to make $500,000 for a while, like at a minimum, at least until your late 20s.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the whole thing. Once you open Pandora's box, then they get used to that lifestyle. And the thing in life, it's not painful to not have something. It's painful to have something and then have it taken away.
Definitely.
So if they're used to a certain lifestyle and then it gets taken away, because like even like my kid after the age of like, I'll decide. Well, as I said, my son, I'll decide. Maybe it's 18, maybe 21, but I think probably 18. I'll be like, okay, that's it. You're fully cut off. If you want something,